So the last time I played this, I built this entire piece. And in hindsight, I realized it's a mistake. Cause if a meteor hits it, it kills everyone. So this game is super aggressive on RNG events. So all the walls are armored stuff. If I were to start the game over, it would take at least 2 12-hour streams just to get this far. So I have 5 cats. So the last thing I unlocked was nuclear reactor. I built one already. And I need like 4 of them. To get to the next thing, I can research. Black holes. What I need first is force fields. And it requires 1 dark matter to build, which requires 5 megawatts to collect. I can't build nearly enough solar panels to do this. See that orange line? That's my maximum generation capacity. The solar panels only get to the green line. So I have saved scummed a fair bit, unfortunately. This is because the types of range events tends to be pretty punishing. Like the big one that kept being triggered was the mutiny. So every time that triggered, it would ruin everything. And any time meteor was triggered, it would usually aim directly towards something expensive on the ship. Need 7 more lead plays. At some point I sold a bunch of the extra outfits. So, fun reason why these wings of the ship look like this. So this was the original plan as generated by the game. I put all these engines on it, and then added these guns. So by having the guns in the tractor beam path, it actually manages to destroy the meteors sometimes. So I have 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and 4 on each side. Well, 2 on each side. Oh, we need some more rubber. Trying to remember what makes her work. That'll do. Okay, so we have 2 reactors. I don't think it's enough to produce a dark matter yet. I guess we could try and find out. And what else can I turn off? I wonder why this one is turned off. Wait, what did I need the dark matter for again? I know we needed it for something. Okay, am I just stupid? But I knew I had to get the dark matter for a reason, and now I don't see why. See, this is what I mean. The longer you stay in one place, the more likely the game will try to ruin your day. I guess they need door. Okay, some interior walls just in case there's a hull breach. Okay, just for giggles. Watch what happens when you do nothing. Aiming right for the nuclear reactor. And this is how it ruins your day. It is very, very hard to recover from an asteroid strike every time because the underlying logic always seems to make it aim for something amounts to a game over. So in this case, it actually missed the nuclear reactor, but it still took out 3 of the robots, which take a huge amount of time to make. If this was earlier in the game, that would be a game over as the Constructorian robot died. Now what you're supposed to do. Travel anywhere. As long as you move the ship. It can miss the ship. See! And now we can go back and get our mining robots. So this front part of the ship has armor plates, whereas the rest of the ship is reinforced. So the idea is that if something bad happens, it doesn't rip through the material storage units. I've been trying to build everything in pairs, so the starboard and port side have the same stuff in them. This is just in case it gets ripped apart. So another RNG event that happens is alien eggs appearing on the ship somehow. This is how you get the resources for the alien data. But what I've been doing when I see an egg is I have it moved over here. And then I lock the door. We need to go find uranium, I think. And here's an egg. No. So usually it hatches either spider bugs, cats, or dogs, humans. And when it hatches humans, they tend to die not too long after, and spider bugs explode out of them. Only let the robots inside. Sometimes you come across a derelict ship and it's completely trashed. Kinda like this one. This is the only time I've seen one with dead people on it, though. Everyone has a gun, I think. Also, I found if you stick around too long, you get hit by asteroids, too. I had to abandon one that I had only half finished salvaging. So I learned something about placement. So when you place something, like an engine, be aware of which way it's aiming. Cause if anything is in the way, it gets damaged. And also, don't accidentally close off the shuttle bay, cause every time the shuttle comes back, it will destroy it. Notice how this shuttle has 1% wear. Well, that's cause the old one got destroyed by a meteor hitting this part of the ship. And what makes quantum dioid. It's supposed to be made here, but it's not listed. If it blows up this part of the ship, it's easier to fix. 50 rocks. Also, I find this funny. Some humans just want to sleep on the couch. Well, there are more sleeping spaces than there are humans. 22 humans and 5 cats. Hey, they do ride the Roombas. 1 Roomba per cat. We don't actually need any air. Oh shoot, it maybe. Oh, the tractor beam was turned off too. Okay, where can I build another recycler that won't catch fire? It's gonna block the door. Maybe we don't need the door. Thank you. Can I have nothing but cats? So some of the more recent raids have had robots that explode. Free colonists. Uranium not found here. Oh right, this was that salvage. Well, I guess we better find another system that has uranium in it. I wonder how many engines you can stick on it. Cues Bowser's music. This also happens where you build something and it immediately catches fire. Good. Okay. Oh, maybe we had to unlock black holes. What are you kidding me? So the RNG in this game needs some work. I don't think we need coal, but we don't have 1,000 of it, so I'm willing to get it. What we need is water. And uranium. Really? Really? I think it's crashing. It has the spinny icon. Okay, so it found the uranium in this solar system. We'll be fine. The dust only shaves 2 megawatts off for a short period. We're gonna need 6 more dark matter. What about he? Found it? I guess we do need a 3rd nuclear reactor to do this. This is what happens when you ignore thermals. People and objects walk into hot rooms and catch fire. I had one robot try to move something out of a hot room 3 times, and 3 times it caught fire. Oh, maybe that was why this was on fire before. Let's see if it gets handled. If not, well, we'll reload. Oh god, there's 3 of them. Yes, it's being attacked by the water can. My Roomba took care of that one. So this is a stupid thing the game does. So because it will create plans that have these voids. Voids in the ship, you need an airlock everywhere there is a void in case the walls get damaged. Or you need to make sure there is a 1 tile gap between everything and everything. You can see I have one on this side. That should actually be a window, and the door should be on the other side. Oh, is there only one? Almost left behind some robots. Uranium is also the most valuable mineral. I may as well camp here until it's not available. I have to say, I think the speed at which things are unlocked and the quantities are condensity. I think the quantities needed to unlock things are always silly. Apparently, in an earlier version of the game, there was no resource consumption to unlock things. You simply just burn energy to do research. Somehow those breach capsules are targeting walls with windows under them. Hopefully that's just 1 and not 3. Everything's maxed out. We should actually go sell stuff. Yeah. Okay, we need force fields and FTL propulsion. Also, whatever the heck this is. Oh, hang on. That a pentacle? Is this summoning demons? Every time I've rescued survivors, they've tried to take over the ship. Guess they're friendly this time. I didn't write down where we were supposed to go. Oh, that's way the snap down here. Need 100 dark matter to get there. What? It's probably gonna hatch something else. One thing I do hate about their end is that when aliens hatch, colonists don't run the heck away. Also, the game should expect players to save scum details. Cause if you don't like what the egg and stasis pods give, you can just reload until it gives you something less nasty. At one point I had engines here. They kept setting the back of the ship on fire. That's gonna take a while. I wonder if we can actually travel without a FTL engine. Yep, needful dry. Why isn't that part of the research chain, a developer? It's gonna take a while to get there. So the Stardeus developer page says the Void Ripper is also a FTL. But it's our nade, so wanna risk it. I have a feeling we're gonna get screwed by it, but I wanna. Oh, we have way too much grain. It uses less energy to grow a tree than it does food. We need more engine. Really? So here's the question. How does this work? Well, we survived. Oh, why aren't we moving now? Oh, good. The fire is in the wall. Chimney effect. It's always something new built that explodes too. Cats are worth 35,300. Basically selling everything I haven't really used. Can we buy more cats? Why is rubber so expensive? 5 more cats. Now we have a reason to make more bread, huh? Trying to do the math on sticking 4 more nuclear reactors on it. We should be good for a while. Mostly I'm thinking about how this game loads to target the things with the highest power. Guess we don't need to stay parked here. Make sure there's a vent, otherwise anyone who goes in there is gonna suffocate. While the mining robots are slow as heck. Wait, what? Why is it exposed? Is it still damaged? Oh, Jesus. Why are you here? Let the robots deal with it. Honestly, that one was just a bit annoying. Do I need to build more tractor beams? See how many materials are needed for the armored stuff? I need more guns. The cats don't have enough guns. I like that you can order pets. We can probably nerf another fire. We're literally not using more than we have. One thing I do find annoying is that the can't make up its mind on what to keep. Like I could both sides, but it seems to not know I want one side done first. That hopefully makes it prioritize a side. So that the reason the bow of the ship is like this. So I wanted it to be vaguely saucer. But I also wanted to leave space so that when meteors strike it, it doesn't take out the storage. Cause meteors strike 2 rows of reinforced walls and goes through both. Like the neck of this section is a weak point. And of course, any other piece that is only 1 row is weak to a meteor strike. That's why most of the ship actually has double walls. So if I was a nitpicky nerd about this game, I would go back to Starflight and use the same logic to exploring planets it has. So instead of just 6 minerals, you have the entire periodic table. Some of those minerals can be used to build or repair your ship. Some of them are just vendor trash. Let me find the mineral names. Okay. So in Starflight you had lead, which was worthless. But the spamming ships were made of it. You had iron, which you didn't need, you could just sell it. Cobalt was used to repair the ship. Nickel you could just sell. Copper you could just sell. Zinc you could just sell. Molybdenum you needed to repair the ship. Tin you could sell. Magnesium you could sell. Aluminium you needed to repair the ship. Titanium you needed to repair the ship. Chromium you could just sell. Antimony you could just sell. Promethium you needed to repair the ship. Wait, is it a real mineral? Yay. It's a radioactive one, that why you don't hear about it. Mercury you could just sell. Tungsten you could just sell. Silver you could just sell. Gold you could just sell. Platinum you could just sell. Plutonium you could just sell. Rhodium you could just sell. It's more expensive than platinum. And then there is Endurium, which is the fictional fuel plot device of the game. In the second game, mining for minerals is kinda useless. Most of the trade focuses on life forms you harvest from the planets. But the trick to the first game is you needed to sell minerals to the home port to get colonists of Avarth, cause the solar systems were flaring and being destroyed. Now I did try to play this game on stream twice, and both times I lost my saves. Once with the Sega Genesis one, and once with the DOS version. Honestly, if I try it again, I might just go through the pain in the ash to emulate the Amiga. Cause the Amiga version is slightly better than the PC version. Not by very much though. Basically, it has saved slots. That's what keeps the game from being corrupted, unlike the PC version. The PC version is self-modifying. So literally you're on hard mode permadeath. You screw up, you can't even pull the discs from the computer. Like, I'm not kidding when I say the game is unforgiving. And yet, if I wanted to make my own game, that is one of the inspirations I'd use. Because despite how it works that way, I did enjoy the RPG aspects of it. I also enjoyed the hunt for minerals, sell at shop aspect. This game kinda has that. But it doesn't have the exploring the planet part. Starfield had the explore the planet part. Honestly, I'd probably still be playing Starfield right now if the DLC was coming in. Like, Starfield does a lot of things right. At least in my opinion. I think the only stuff it didn't do right was it was kind of empty. So your exploration kinda fell short. Once you rescued some mining camp ones, you've seen them all. You see the exact same one over and over and over again. That was fun the first or second time I saw it, but I honestly didn't want to do it again. That is something it probably inherited from Fallout. Cause Fallout was extremely bad for repetitive events. So you rescue a settlement, get to build stuff in it, and then it's like you're constantly at their beck and call, even if you stuck a wall of turrets around the camp. And if you ignored them, you'd lose like half the camp's resources. Starfield honestly is as close to the Starflight experience you can get in current games, but it aligns more with Mass Effect than it does a true exploration game. Cause Mass Effect has quite a few places you can explore, and they aren't copy-pastes. But that said, I really want to try Starflight again because I miss it. This game kinda does hit a few of the right notes. But I feel the focus of this game kinda wastes your time in places. Like you should be able to trade easier. Rika and Michelle's system, Yasher Tsun Galaxy. We'll still need a FTL to get there. Cause it seems like the Void Red Ripper is just Galaxy, RE. Like I have to wonder how many times you can go through the black hole before some unique event rips the ship apart. You fool me once game, not a second time. Like I'm not asking for dungeons in this game. I'm just asking for the ability to land the shuttle or mining craft manually. And go explore for resources that aren't seen from being scanned. Cause or maybe kidnap life forms. Cause in Starflight 1 you could take life forms off planets that had them, but they didn't sell for much. This game, 35,000 per CAD. This must be a ring system. Get out of there, Ecali cat. I can generate 5 MW already. I just need enough to be able to get the dark matter. Also, I'm pretty sure the FTL engines are gonna require more power. 3 more spaces, guys, come on. I think I only had one on the ship. What else can I use the energy upgrade on? The cats literally use the Roombas for fun. Just in case. See how the cat is in the room or it'll... Why is it building this one first? You know what? Whatever, gang. Priorities don't exist, I guess. See, this is my fear of flying in space. Is the craft being hit by my chromateers and it going to material? This is why I want the armor. Looks like even that didn't help. This is why this exists. So what I fear about flying in space for reals, or being on a ship that is hit with micrometeors or debris, and it just rips the ship or people apart. You're literally flying extremely fast. And other debris is flying fast. Until you get some kind of deflector shield for your spacecraft, I'm not going up there. Okay. And considering how many SpaceX spacecraft have blown up, I wouldn't trust SpaceX to transport humans. Elmo can go up first. Yeah. Do you know how old Elmo from Sesame Street is? He's 3. Big Bird is 6. I'm not sure how Lon got nicknamed Elmo, but I have a feeling it has to do with how annoying he is. The game needs a way to prioritize power sources. Like I want the solar to be used first, then the biofuel, then the nuclear. Anyway, once we get the 4 reactors online, we'll just make the dark matter so we can get over this research hump. Yeah. Right now we just barely use the reactor power anyway. Seriously, game, stop it. 19 of them. Well, my engine's getting totaled this time. I should put another gun here. They can't get to it. Just cause it keeps happening. The game hasn't learned how to prioritize tiles that are part of the ship before tiles that are part of the ship over tiles that are not attached to the ship. Whoa. At least we're past the point where the game would always have a mutiny anytime I defragment it. Not quite there. You can see I reinforce the engines every time they've been destroyed. Which one getting built first? When it gets to 5%, I'll pause the dark matter. Let's see how close we are now. Oh, right on the line. I guess my guess for 4 was right on the money then. Okay, what cool stuff can we do with this? We can clone Prussian, or we can make cats, dogs, and humans, and also alien spiders. Not quite sure why you'd want to do that. Cloned meat, yum yum. Is there not a way to make a Prussian burger? Is it just soy? Nope, no cow cloning. Oh crap. Go my kitties. Arm yourselves. Oh god damn it, game. This is why I end up reloading. Where was the notice that an alien life form was detected? It probably wasn't. It's probably the human that popped out of an egg some while back. Oh, go away. There it is. There it is. Look, I'd be down to clown for letting the dice land, but this game has a habit of just trying to straight up murder you by stacking events on top of each other. I might even let that pass, if they made sense. But frequently it seems like the game decides it's just gonna throw the same thing at you over and over. Like 3 meter events, one after they're all hitting my engines. What the crap? These devices needing replacement are like from the beginning of the game. 13 event years. I remember when it was like 3. As long as the humans aren't near them, it's fine to let the robots deal with it. Also, trying to repair them while they're in the box tends to just cause the doors needing to be replaced. Firing through the open door. All the humans have guns, the robots are better at fighting the crawlers. 4 more to hit force fields. Wait, we seriously ran out of biofuel. Might need to build another centrifuge. We forgot our little copter. You can actually forget and leave your shuttle behind too. Well, it's not good if you have humans on it, cause they get mad. It was just a prank, bro. It's never just a prank. It's always done with some level of malice. I'm not saying all pranks are done with malice, but they're always done with the intent of causing harm. Okay, is it gonna be a bomb, spiders, or resources? Anytime it's a bomb, the stupid robots just sit there. That's the only time I've lost a robot. And the shuttle. Like I literally lost that entire part of the ship. Oh cool, free robot. I don't appreciate pranks if they're at my expense or my friend's expense. My mom was telling me about her sister's husband, how she could never figure out where Dad and him stood with each other. From my perspective, it always seems like he was willing to bully Dad any opportunity. Not physically, just in a rub salt in the wounds way. And that did kinda feel like why Dad and him would never be in the same room. Cause the only time they've been in the same room, he was kinda relentlessly teasing Dad. Now he doesn't tease me though. He doesn't have anything on me to tease me with. See, my dad was the guy who could pass for a teenager when he's 30. And nobody thought anything suspicious of him, so his employer sent him into dangerous places which would get a white person killed. Dad only really had two good stories about the Middle East. One of them was about how he met all the spies, 'cause he could speak Russian. The other was about taking a photo of a scorpion before squishing it with a boot. That's why you sleep with your boots on. Mostly he has this one story about waiting for maps, and he just hung I don't remember where, one of the oil countries. And he hung out in the bar with the Russian spy. Something like that. He took the rest of the story to the grave and wouldn't tell me much else about it. But this is where race privilege does in fact exist. In North America, it's kinda of a bullshit thing. But when you're in foreign countries that have something of a monoculture, if you look and speak the part, you get treated like a native. But if you don't, and Asians get this mostly, you will never be considered native even if you were born there. North America and maybe Australia is the only place on the planet where you aren't judged first by what you look like. And what's really interesting, like listening to Americans and Australians as well as Canadians, is that nobody really holds a grudge if you look different. They only hold a grudge if they get ganged up upon. This is why a lot of Asian kids have childhood trauma in North America because their moms want them to be doctors or something because that's what they would have been pressed into being in Asia. And Asian moms also constantly tell their kids that they are fat. Like, what the hell? It's like everyone Asian person I know has the same two stories. Mom wanted me to be a doctor, and Mom told me I was fat. Fortunately, I never had to experience something like that. I was the second shortest person in my class, right behind the Asian kids. I was also like one of the smart kids, so I was only bullied for that. And I mostly tuned that crap out. My mom was bullied and called the wrong name when she was in school. Nah, I stayed in the library all the time. The bullies only went in there once, with the electronic dog whistle thing, which I heard. More like felt. I've been waiting and it wasn't doing. Wait, why won't it let me select more? Now I started talking about bullying and stopped paying attention to what I was waiting for. Anyway, I largely wasn't bullied physically. It was always nonsense. When I wouldn't do something, kids stole my stuff or tried to rip my clothes. And because my dad was on the school board, anyone who tried that got suspended 'cause I went above the principal. And they didn't like that. I was not one to believe in the no-narc rule. If you attacked me, I was going full Karen. I only had to invoke the power of the school board like twice. Suffice it to say, nobody wanted to be friends with me either. I doubt you would have. Honestly, the friends I had were in grades above and below. Mostly below. And that had an unfortunate ending as well. I don't have many regrets, but the one regret I do have about high school was not talking to people. I hid in the library. The librarian was the only person I talked to. And I guess I just never had the courage to talk to people until after I worked in the call center. Though I did kinda have my faith in humanity crushed by working retail first, so there's that. Kinda had to get out of the hole that everyone is a jerk. 'Cause a lot of that jerkism is a result of people not being told no. Once you realize you can say no to stupid and offensive requests, you can say no to things easier. Though it never really got any better about trying to talk to people. This is where I relate to Iron Mouse and Haruka a lot. Just trying to reach out to people, hey, would you mind talking to me for an hour? Always felt like an unreasonable request. I want to play with people, I really do. But a lot of it comes down to not really knowing where I stand with others. Do I come off as narcissistic? Maybe. But that just because I don't really have anything else interesting to talk about, so I always relate my own experience to others. I have a lot of personal experience reading things related to customer service and tech support, so I'm constantly seeing a lot of conversations as a puzzle to solve, and not simply just listen, I need to vent. Like my roommate hated when I did that. And I realized it feels like backseating someone's life. Yes. This company sucks. This thing happened to me, boo-hoo. Did you try? I didn't ask for your help. And that's the thing. Text online is very difficult to determine the tone of a conversation. Even a TTS has a difficult time getting a tone across. Though this engine at least tends to nail it most of the time. Dang it, it doesn't fit. Gotta move the shit. Outdoor. Crap. Game, you make no sense sometimes. Why doesn't my ship shoot it? Dang it. I needed to protect the front and the rear of the ship. Diggy diggy hole game. I have 35 colonists, 10 who are cats. I know I should put one here, so since this part of the ship keeps getting hit. Thank you, Amigo, last night for playing with me. I was too scared to lay it solo. And I died immediately, like within 6 minutes of starting the game. Like, I was watching Henya play it while I was eating, and I realized that she has her brightness turned all the way up. Well, when you start the game, it says, set it to the lowest setting where you can still see the dark outline. And I use an IPS gaming monitor, so that means it's actually dark. Though if I had a AOL ET monitor, it would have been very dark. Dang it, it doesn't fit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have to manually trigger it. You know what, that's fine. Better than where we were before, where meteors just poof through the ship like cheese. So, I got rid of all the biowaste. So there's nothing to make biofuel from. Yeah, probably a waste if I make it that way, though. You know what gonna happen? We're gonna get a meteor strike, and it's gonna smash right through area that this covers. Did I leave my copter behind? We'll end the stream when I unlock the FTL drive. This is pretty much how I play games like this. Can't go to bed until I unlock the G. Build more guns. In case you're wondering why the teleporter is out here, it's cause I had one raid that came in through a teleporter, which is a random event you get from visiting signals. The teleporter used to be in the middle of the ship. That's why there are all these trap floors here. Really? Next to the void thing again. Wait. Joke's on that. I'll just call everyone here. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be outside the ship too? Oh, we're gonna run out of uranium. Already you? No, I guess we just need another centrifuge. 2 for wanting the cooling pads. Notice the only area of the ship that isn't heated is the computer core. Gee. They can't reach it. I hate the shape of this. It annoyed me since the beginning. I just never saw a reason to change it. Hulk. Hopefully they don't die. The cat has hull capacity. But what does it hold, though? The cat has hull capacity, but has no skill to do see. Really? Already? Well, a lot good that did. Come on, guys, nuke this. Right. I'll just turn most of them off then. Wait, are we really behind on energy? That makes no sense. So did that shield deflect that invasion, or did it just miss cause of the tractor beam? Looks like it did nothing, actually. So I did notice before. If you delay cleaning the solar panels, they gather solely. And I'm not sure if that's still the case on these large ones. But it did it on the small ones. Well, I never went and mined soil, so I can only assume the soil is from the solar panels. Okay, bomb, cat, spider, what? Ballast. Someone threw out their toilet and shower residue. Well, finished the bag of pretzels from 2 weeks ago. For family, those pretzels. They're fairly good. But they kinda taste like the generic no-name pretzels you buy at real Canadian superstore with the typical nuts and bolts recipe. If you've never had someone make it before, that's what it tastes like. It's good, but it's probably not worth the cost unless you only like the pretzels like I do. When you buy a store-bought version, they're usually really sour. When you buy a store-bought version, they're usually really salty. And when you make it at home, they lean into taste. But I never liked the Cheerio and Shreddies in those mixes. I always ate the pretzels and the cheese sticks. Gonna be honest, I hate Shreddies. They taste like cardboard. It's called Stardeus. Says so. And hello the monkey surgeon. It's a game where you play the ship, say, and you build out the ship. I hear it's like for Fortress or RimWorld. I have not played either of those. This is where the human meatsicles are. This is where the humans sleep. I have 35 colonists, 10 are cats. Okay, which spot has the water? Well, if I need more cats, I can just make more. I keep hitting expedition when I want to travel here. I guess the mining rig can't mine for water. Need one more quantum, and then I need 12 more nuclear research. Of course not the areas being alike. I don't like it when they die with no notice. So the engine exploded that time. So the game is probably going to spring the same event on us at the same time. So we're just gonna move the ship. I have these on the ship, but they're kinda useless except to avoid a direct meteor strike. And the ship is kinda too big to avoid most of them anyway. You know, the ship kinda looks like an ant. So I don't think the quantum shields were worth it. Maybe with some more planning it would make sense to build a bunch of gun shield pylons. Alright, what do you think's gonna pop out? Humans! Robots! It explodes! Traitor. The bombs are usually the small ones. Spider. And it blow. So that counts as a bomb. Oh wait. You know what I think happened? The gun fired on it. Well, at least nobody died. I did not expect that to happen. What do you mean 140 kilowatt deficit? There's 6 nuclear reactors. It probably reconfigured without connecting to PAL. Saving it, cause stuff always happens when the shuttles are away. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, that reminds me. Steam World has a new game out. Steam World Build. I kinda want to play it. If I had a 75cc V, I could get a key for free. Lol. Honestly, I'd just buy it. But I'm already playing this one for now. 5 more. It's slightly off. I suppose one way of deflecting meteorite strikes is just building a lot of excess ship hull. Where I could just build more guns. Yep, let's build a gun shield pylon. Maybe not here, though. Nope, one tile closer. Okay, so where should I stick this? I wonder how big the wake is on it. Why is it crooked? Do I need only one? System. Wait, front of ship. We'll have to see what it looks like, I guess. If that's how it looks, I might just rotate the damn ship. We probably need more thrusters. Dang it. We need more funds. We need more guns. Really? Here. Where was the other one? For a second there, I was like, why is there an airlock there? And then I realized that side of the ship has more walls. Because all the rooms that have heat generators have airlocks on them. Oh, what happened to our thing that makes carbon fiber? Probably got smushed on one of the breaches. Must be a really large system. We need more engines, don't we? Okay, let's escape the galaxy and see what happens. Need more power. Looks like the robot got nicked by the engines. We've almost escaped. I want to stick some walls around this stuff, but I know it's gonna get damaged. The egg has hatched more cats. I didn't even see an egg. Yep, 11 cats now. So we started way the heck here. And came out of the black hole here. Okay, checking my scroll back for the habitable planet. Can't find it. It was too long ago. Would have helped had I said something so I could laugh it. Kinda brute forcing it. Found it. Now, how long will it take? We haven't run into aliens though. Other than the crawlers. That gonna be like 13 minutes in real time. Can we build any more? Or should we just rely? I'm a bit concerned about this logo. Something like that, yes. Terraform controls all the way down here. I suppose theoretically, I could just build another ship. Like, just start building another ship beside this one, and then recycle this one. Hopefully this doesn't result in the robots being flung off into deep space. The game loves doing that. Halfway there. If I wanted to make this more track-inspired, I'd move the full engines to the edges. Problem is they have a massive wake. So if the robots will have a hard time going around them. I'll have to rethink the shape some other time. Maybe what I'll do for now is swap these around. No, wait, the other way around. See where the robot wound up. This is wrong. If the engines are turned off, it should keep coasting. There, now looks a little more symmetrical. Needs to move back one tie. Cause I know it's gonna happen at some point. Something's gonna hit the back of the ship. At this point, I may as well connect this. No incidents happen in FTL unless I stop here. Well, you saw that one time this entire area blew up. So much grain. The cats get bread. Cats little bread. Wait, someone's starving, what the heck? Oh my god, they're stuck outside. Wait, Ace, are they an enemy? No, then why are they stuck outside? Guess they're just stupid. Well, not sure how they got there then. Oh, we're almost there. Well, at least the colonist isn't stuck outside pooping himself. He's making himself some coffee. Oh, that's what the star means. That word detected the habitable planet. Well, I couldn't find it in the log. Okay, surprise humans, surprise aliens, pirates, what will it do? And will it blow up this wing of the ship? Yeah. Answer is yeah. I should move the gun so it doesn't hit the ship. I'll just swap the position of this radar and the other gun. That might still hit us. These are still gonna hit that last piece of the ship. Oh well, we tried. We'll see how much damage it does next time. We need more funds. We need guns. I hope these aren't too close to the ship. Dang it, game build from the ship outward. See, this is another planning type of issue. This problem is more of a game needs a way to specify 45-degree angle turrets and walls. What do you mean, it's not in one piece? Why is that all the way out there? Would be nice if there is a way to not break the ship apart during building floors. The troll in me wants to put a target right in the engine wake. I know it won't work though. Ran out of copper plates. Cat's just chilling beside the nuclear plants. We avoided it. Wait, when did this happen? We still have 37 colonists. Must have been the guy who was outside. So the last time I did this, the survivors kidnapped my robots. Yeah? So were my robots. Robots ain't taking that. Into the Soylent Green Factory with you. So I guess we need to research a bunch of stuff, huh? Well, time to end the stream then. Weekend went over by 4 hours, which means I need to go to sleep like immediately. If you want to see more of that game, we can play more, or we can play something else. Hey ha. I forgot to hit record for that entire round. Hello, Sid. So if you watched yesterday, basically we grinded a bit to get the research for the FTL drive, and then got to this planet that is supposedly habitable. But now we have a pile more research stuff to do. So we need to unlock these. And then we can unlock these. I guess we don't really need this one yet. But it'll unlock first anyway. Unfinished feature. I assume this just means it does nothing. 'Cause like, if you notice, there's literally nothing we can do with this except wake of colonists. And then what? Huh. Oh yes, the really violent sneezes. So the one thing I find I don't like that much. Hee. I think the sprites for the humans are kinda bland. Now given the zoom scale of the game, you'd think the sprites would at least have faces or legs. Like the cat's die. The game could probably improve how the planets look, but I'm not really focusing on that. Like it looks okay enough. But it just doesn't really look like a planet. You know what? If you use this to collect uranium, you're wasting a lot of energy. 'Cause you notice how I have 6 nuclear reactors, right? So they all need enriched uranium, which itself requires like 100 Ku to make. So to generate fuel to power a 1 megawatt reactor, you need to burn 66 kilowatts 3 times for the water and 4 megawatts once for the uranium. So you're actually at a net loss. Okay, what door is blocked? Oh, it's unpowered. When did that happen? Probably when I moved all this. So the game has this stock market thing. The prices just go up over time. I could probably just build a ton more solar. I mean, what? We're only short 100 kilowatts. Basically, when you're parked, I feel the best strategy is to make it so the sun and grind line up. 'Cause you don't want to burn the fuel in your reactors when you don't need to. Maybe we can fit one in here. This is why this is oddly shaped. I could probably add another row. Crud. I'd be lying if that wasn't appropriate. When I say that, the emphasis is usually on the C part. Oh, we should build a sentry bot. Where did I move the fabricator to? Slightly increased risk of malfunction. Yeah, what probably gonna happen is one explodes and takes out the rest. Oh, the fabricator pulls quite a lot. Okay, let's see how well this works this time. Seriously? This is what I mean about this game sometimes. It flings hazards at the most expensive parts of the ship, every time. Okay, so let's move the ship this time. See, aiming for the same place. Oh, really? Good dismiss. So, the best thing to do when you get an asteroid warning is to just move the damn ship. It takes such a stupid amount of time to build things, particularly robots. I guess if we shave this wall down, we can fit more. Can also shave this hallway down. How many more solar panels can I fit? This corner here is where the breach capsules would always hit before I rebuilt the entire bow of the ship. I'd have to shave too much of the wall here, I think. Though I could just open this up. Maybe I can shave those corners down. Wait, you can just stick the heat panels in the wall. Somehow I feel it is an unintended effect. Still need like 4 more. You're probably asking why. We need to make the sand line as close to the green line as possible when parked. Otherwise we will burn through the reactor fuels. Good, it's not being blown apart by the ship's guns this time. And if I tell the robots to go repair it, they'll be waiting for whatever pops out. Oh, really? Well, that's stupid. I guess the ship gun fired on it. Okay, let's not do that next time. Oh, that's not gonna stop them. 'Cause the flying robots will just go around. I may need to reconsider this. Oh, we didn't need to shave the walls that way. See, same RNG event. Okay, well, that's hilarious. Dang it. Let's just turn this off once it gets a shot off. Oh, now the game locked up. Well, that was ease out. I actually think this might be an unintended feature. If you put a target just within the ship's gun range, if a guy lands there, it'll blow it up. And also take out the target. This is why I made this platform longer. 'Cause the gun was originally closer. And then, well, every time it fired on something, it set the entire wing on fire. Wow, well, I could have just moved that. Some of the auto-connect logic doesn't make sense either. Okay, I think we're good for now. I can keep the nuclear reactors offline until we move the ship. Oh, it has motion skills and no hauling skills, so it's basically just fire protection and shoot enemies. Oh, it does have hauling capacity. Whereas the cats have hauling capacity, but no skills. All see. Cats are immune to brainwashing. Too bad you can't upgrade the other engines. I wonder if the game is taking into account the blind spots of the turrets when it sends breach capsules at the ship. I have an idea. There, now there is no blind spots at the front of the ship. Game, really. We might be okay on batteries. See how fast the fuel is burned. This one is probably gonna break my expensive stuff. This one will probably get killed by the ship's guns. And this one, well, the coffee machine can be replaced. It's trying to break in through the window. I don't think so. Wait, who gave it a gun? Why is the cleaning bot out here? Well, I don't know why I get attacked so often. It says stackable, but you can't add anymore. Nope, that can still hit the ship. Let's move the engine back a bit. Stupid robot. Don't even need airlocks on this one, since the shuttle is there. I really should just move the shuttle. Oh, I know what messing me up. It's just 2 spaces to the left of the airlock. The entire thing needs to be moved a tile to the left. Oops, I guess that destroys the engine. Move. Okay, hopefully that does what I think it does. Wait, why do we still have a blind spot here? Again. Oh, that facing the wrong direction. That could be bad. Okay, so every sody spot is covered within this thin line here. Feels like leaving a Death Star vent gap. Speaking of hats, do the colonists not wear clothing you make? Okay, that's bad. That means Kira is gonna explode into spider aliens at some point. They always do that. Anytime a human hatches from an egg, they explode into spider aliens like every time eventually. Wow, that uses a lot of power. We're still good. We should make more nuclear cells then. Something else must be making copper wire. Let's see, is it gonna explode? 4. See? Now we basically just have to sit there and wait for them to explode. While 21, of which 16 surveyed the trad. I think the cats are immune to the aliens latching onto them. Interesting. Also gross. So each human is 1-to-1 for materials in the cloning pod, except for leather. Free leather for every human you process. Don't ask where your protein comes from, you don't want to know. Also, this reminds me of this disturbing scene in The 100, where they basically vote to kill and eat someone, and the person just sits there and stares at this protein cube. I kept thinking about that when playing Starfield. I don't know what you'd use 42 for in the game, 'cause it seems like there is no use other than to blow up the ship. Maybe use it on a breach capsule. Still, I don't see how to use it. Okay, is this one gonna explode? Food again. Okay then. May as well. So let's make some more dark matter for a bit. That actually doesn't have a high burn rate. I kinda want to order a spaghetti. Burn through all the biofuel. Weak point. Half the ship's comms go through here. This robot stopped in the door. Wait, what's still using? Oh wait, the chart's off screen. So the matter reactors don't matter right now. I only need them when the solar drops too quickly. Theoretically, I should replace these. I'll probably replace them when they're worn out. Mutiny. Where? I still have 37 colonists. I guess that doesn't do what I thought it did. Okay then, let's just move the nuclear reactors here. That was a mistake in removing that power bit to... It's locking up. Huh? What happened? Okay, I think we re-established redundancy. Relocate the egg to the trap box. Oh, we've nearly run out of alien eggshells? Didn't we sell like 1,000 logs last time? No, not the cat. Well, I don't know what hatched. Okay, that makes sense. So did it thus save us anything? So much for armored. Did anyone die? Nope. Then we're fine. Why aren't you helping? Probably 'cause it's on the other side of the wall. All we lost was a toilet and shower. They do that automatically. Gotta get a shield around the front of the ship. Should probably protect the computer core too. This feels like a merchant I shopped at before. Sell cats for 21,000 or... What was it I needed? Just the eggshells? Lucky no cats were in here. Basically, just the dining room got trash. Okay, what gonna come out of this pod? Nothing. Are the pods just landing empty now? This table is also from like the very beginning of the game. I suppose the cats don't take showers. Yes. Looks like they use the toilet though. Did you see where the cat used the toilet? Yeah. So I guess if you don't want any bio-waste on your ship, you just get nothing but cats. A single spacesuit. Yeah, they're kind bland cause they have no fizz. Also, no legs, arm. I'm not that worried about it, cause you usually don't see them up close that often. But it kinda gives me that this was not thought of. Look, the sprites have make and female models though. Honestly, it's like one of the least concerns about how the game looks. It's just when you see all other stuff. There's a lot more detail on these things. Like this has shaders on it. I know it'll hit the ship. Might just have to give in and put the shield behind and in front. I mean this one. That was the wrong floor. Wait, we ran out of titanium, huh? Since when? Oh, it was building all the shield units that used all the titanium. Well, let's go find an abandoned ship and scrap some. Apples like time to update your phone. Unlike Nope. Hotto doggo time. Who must have left that siren on a long time. Ew. The heck. Most of it just blew up. Oh wait, that was the tractor beam. Oh hey, a computer core. Wait, is that an even bigger freezer? What? It's just weirdly shaped. Stick it there for now. Oh. Wait, where our shuttle? It's lost. Wait, then where's my robots? They're all here. When did this happen? Well, the robots are still here, so that means I can just replace it. Wait, why is this broken? Why does this ship have no doors? An airlock into nothing. I'm gonna have to check the VOD later to see when the shuttle got lost. Cause it shouldn't have gotten lost, though I think maybe the meteors took it out. The construction robots keep painting themselves into a corner. Perfect. Oh, it doesn't even fire the asteroids. Why? I'll just make it longer. Okay, we don't need to make any titanium plate for a while now. All the cargo destinations are full. So this is what happens when it gets full. It just starts hoarding it everywhere. No trash left behind. There's like nothing left on the research tiers other than make more robots available. Freaking incredible. It's a limit to how many you can have. I still don't know how the shuttle got lost, but this is now the third shuttle. Need silicon new. Well, I didn't lose it to the thrusters then. Answer to everything in this game, build more guns. So did you know? Hallways are wasted space, both in video games and in reality. The ideal design to any structure is to minimize space you don't actually live in. Counterpoint. Open concept. Sucks. Don't do it. That's how diseases and smells spread. If you want to have an office where everyone can communicate with each other, don't do the cube farm at all. Just set up everyone to be in what is basically a conference room. So if you have 8 people working on a project, then you have an office that has 8 people in it, not all the strangers from down the hall wandering by. The reason the open concept is popular with crappy offices and crappy home designers is because it's cheap. That's all. I have noticed this happens. If something explodes while you are in motion, the parts go flying off into space. Anyway, as I was saying, before I just lost half my thruster engines. Well, more like a third. The reason open concept is popular is because it's cheap, and supervisors like being able to see everyone. That why they complain about people not coming back to work. They hate work from home because it takes power away from them. See, this is why I double-walled it. Now in a home open concept it's even worse. Basically it removes hallways, but also doorways that are structural or even mechanically supposed to be there. Your kitchen should be able to be sealed off. That can be with a door, that can be with a partition, but you must be able to keep it from contaminating your living space when you burn stuff. The condo I rented in Vancouver originally didn't have this. Instead, it relied on the bedroom door and den door being closed, which meant that if you burned something, you made the living room and dining area sting. And one time in my existing apartment, I accidentally burned my Teflon pot, so I had to throw it away. But good God, I could not get rid of the stink of that for a few weeks. This again is why you need your kitchen to be able to be sealed off. Turn the fans on, close the door, and let it run for a week if it has power. My apartment and the fans don't even exhaust to the outside. They are always supposed to exhaust to the outside. When they don't exhaust to the outside, that means you're in a shirty place. There is a way you can tell. Turn on the fan. If you get the air blown back at you from above the fan, it's not exhausted to the outside. If there is no blow back, then it's exhausted to the outside. Oh, why is this hot? Need to move stuff out of the way to reinforce the engines. Any. How you tell you are being scammed with real estate? Luxury. Unless the condo is 500 square feet, it ain't luxury. Most of the time, a luxury product is supposed to contain things you don't actually need, and people sometimes don't care for, like granite or marble finishings. A luxury kitchen will have solid wood cabinets or glass and wood. A cheap apartment will have plywood or particle board garbage, and it will have like a wood veneer on it. Some people don't care. I don't care. I'm perfectly happy having cabinets as long as they are a solid color. Same with the countertops. Luxury is like granite or marble. Marble is expensive, by the way, but acids destroy natural rock countertops. And if you ever see how they are made, a granite countertop is basically stupid. You can have one if you like. But if you buy a house because it has a granite countertop, well, you just paid $100,000 for a $200 upgrade. Granite is a native material in BC, so it doesn't even need to be imported, technically. Same with most wood finishings. Wood is naturally available in BC, but you don't make cabinets out of softwood. So another way to tell if you're being scammed in real estate. No closets. A standard house has one closet per bedroom, sometimes a double closet that takes up an entire wall, plus a linen closet outside the bathroom. Some houses don't have linen closets, they have a laundry room that has all the linens for bedding in it. But a real house or condo will have en-suite laundry. Even an apartment will. But the reason rental apartments tend not to is because they want to make money off the laundry. Yeah. And plus that removes one potential source of flooding of the apartment. That said, no appliances should be considered luxury. A dishwasher should be a standard feature, but it doesn't need to be installed at the time of purchase. You know why? Because despite being a luxury condo, they install the shirtiest models. Hence, never buy a home based on appliances you see installed. The house my parents bought on Vancouver Island had the exact same model of dishwasher that the house we left had, which meant it was the same egg. And it had to be replaced like immediately because the previous owners didn't use it, so the seals were all rotted. So if you have a dishwasher, use it. Otherwise you're gonna be paying for repairs or flooding repairs sometime down the line. New friend from Stasis Pod. So we need these. So we need like 100 quantum today. Oh, we have no place to put stuff. I wonder, could I build a ring around the ship? Probably can't cause the engines will burn it. Maybe I'll just call the merchant and sell 3,000 iron plates. Wait, I got an idea. What if we make the bubble around the ship really big? It's probably stupid, but I want to see if the meteors or other junk hits it first. Yeah, cause if the meteors just strike the floor panels and destroy them, they don't reach the ship then. Let's just go with that for now. Next time something hits, it should just hit the wall. But if the game is in fact using a hitbox for the ship, it might make sense to make a donut-shaped ship. Put all the stuff you want to protect on the inner loop, and then just basically have the outer loop with all the cabins. Anything you can afford to lose if it's strong. Also in Hindusite, I should never have put airlocks here, cause the pirates will just head straight toward it now. Okay, that should clean up some space. Well, those interior doors don't last very long. Okay, let's swap the airlock so if we're invaded, they at least have to work for it. E. I should do the same, he. I don't think this will work. It's worked. The asteroid also avoided the force shield. Okay, we need at least 25 more right now. Riniketi Raskroder System, Crisis Galaxy. Habitable planet. Looks like we burned through our biofuel for some reason. I was thinking maybe move the reactors, but then I was like chicken's eggs. Put too many eggs in one place. Nah, this looks stupid. So why did it work okay up here? Oh, it's large emblem. It didn't knee. It was chasing around. All the cats are Tuxto cats. Dang, it put some clothes on. Where are you going with that? Oh right, the humans can do stuff, not just the rabbits. Well, the emblem is furniture. I want to stick one here, but I think it might actually obstruct it. Gee, thanks, game. Well, one hit the engine. Before it kills the robots. Problem is these curved wings are too narrow to put power pylons in them. Duh. I don't think I've ever had to mine quartz at all. Oh, you know what. We should have changed the angle of the shuttle. No, it's fine. Cause if you enclose it, it always blows up the side of the wall that it enters from. Watch, I'll show you. This is pretty much how I lost the first shuttle. It wasn't the blasting through the wall that did it, but the bomb in the shuttle room. But the effect is the same. Watch. Now watch what happens if you seal it after it leaves. It makes its own entrance. 3 tiles wide. As long as there is 1 tile gap, it's fine. Anyway, that was why the shuttle was oriented the other way for a while. Cause I accidentally sealed the shuttle bay like twice. Okay, we should have enough for a, well no. Oh, now we need lithium. Okay then. Sis. Still have a net growth in grain. I don't know what this does. Interesting, not really sure if I want to spend that much time painting. We're overdue for a bomb. Okay, get out of there, man. Watch one of the robots will try and recycle it. totally collided. Some things the game's AI is truly predictable about. Warning, spaghetti. And if I were to put that many solar panels on it would probably be a hilarious problem protecting it. Warning, spaghetti endanger noodles. Not sure I really needed to. Not sure why I'm even bothering. It doesn't seem to protect any better. Welp, so much for that one. Always new stuff. The amount of times stuff just explodes for no reason. You'd be better off just putting all the engines on pylons, la Star Trek. You know, Star Trek The Lower Decks kinda answers one question I never asked about Star Trek. Where does everyone who is not a command officer sleep? Like, you kinda have to realize that a spaceship is basically the unholy marriage of a submarine and a luxury cruise ship. Like the Enterprise deal was more the latter. I wish I could also erase it out of Enterprise and Discovery from canon. Enterprise because of its kinda stupid pseudo-military timey-wimey nonsense. And Discovery because of the forking spore drive. Good God, that is the stupidest thing. Yeah. That even more stupid than some midichlorian nonsense in Star Wars. Midichlorian nonsense in Star Wars basically says space magic. In a universe where only certain people are born with space magic. Star Trek Discovery spore drive is like the stupid version of multiverse. Because it does both. It warps to any point in the universe, and it also can drop into the mirror universe on a whim. Now consider that Enterprise pretty much establishes a bunch of contradictory reasons for a universe empire. Like, if you're not aware, this is the basic Star Trek mirror universe timeline split. It centers on two key events, one of them being Khan, who somehow is now a Canadian entity, and the other is Picard's mother. Somehow. Grandmother. I don't know. I didn't exactly ask why. Basically, too, the big events in Star Trek are Sing and Soong. Sing from TOS and Soong from TNG. So the mirror universe exists because of two retcons. The first being TNG Spy, and the second because of the TOS Enterprise's twin getting caught in that Tholian web thing that pulls it into a mirror universe. So in TOS era universe, which is the time frame that Discovery exists in, basically there is a mirror universe empire that took advantage of future tech to get there. Whereas in TOS's mirror universe, someone on Q. So if Picard's ancestor in Twentix doesn't get on the ship, Earth switches to the mirror universe. And Sing, who is again the uber bad healer from TOS. Oh, this part is so silly. So, if you watch the time travel to Earth stuff from Voyager, and the time travel to Earth stuff from Star Trek 4, both of those are semi-relevant for this incursion by the Pike's Enterprise Sing relative being sent back in time, with another mirror, universe Kirk to meddle in the past. So in this version of the past, the one where Kirk and Sing have to stop an assassination by alien meddling in time travel. Which is basically another version of the what if you just go back and shoot Hitler as a child? Well, it's the same as why don't you go back and shoot Jesus as a child? They haven't done anything yet. Like, it's a fun but chilling moral thought experiment. If you had a time machine, what is the thing you would do? Would you go back in time and meddle with World War II Hitler? Would you go back in time and meddle with the cause of World War I, thus preventing World War II? Would you go back in time and meddle with any of the previous European wars? What about the Asian wars? What about the African ones? Why not keep going back in time and basically say, thou shalt not murder? Well, now you're God in every religion's narrative, 'cause you meddled too much. Like one of my, I don't believe this myself, but it fits the narrative thoughts is. You know how biblically accurate angels demands images show up when people want to sound like they're smart. This angel has a bunch of eyes or one big eye. Well, what if those were spaceships? What if those were time travelers? What if going back to the time of Christ is a very big, temporal prime directive thing? Cause you mess with it, and the entire European civilization goes awry. So perhaps what people may have thought were angels were maybe just time travelers trying to keep things from going awry. Like it fits the narrative, doesn't it? It's silly. Can't prove a god may or may not exist, but you can certainly find people who would willingly go back in time for their own greed, if time travel were ever to become a thing. Now that also assumes one thing. That assumes that time is like a VHS tape, where it just goes forward and backward, and any time you rewind it, you tape over it. The core rule of time travel is that you must never meddle in your own history, even if it's a multiverse. Cause if it's a multiverse, then the consequences are just to another, you of another timeline. Whereas if it's not a multiverse, then you can unexist yourself by doing the most stupid of things. Like if I went back in time to before any of my great-grandparents came to Canada, I would unexist. Cause that's like 4 separate countries. So if the potato famine didn't happen, I wouldn't exist. If World War I didn't happen, I wouldn't exist. If the Bolshevik Revolution didn't happen, well, fortunately everyone left before that. Basically, the reason why my mom's side of the family exists is due to problems in Europe. Around 1910 or so. So if I went and stopped World War I wouldn't exist. Or if I did something to prevent the potato famine, I wouldn't exist. Cause my great-great-grandparents wouldn't have been in Ireland. Oh, and the big one. If Leo Tolstoy hadn't written War and Peace, I wouldn't exist. Yeah. Damn it, I can't die. I probably said too much. Let's try again. Actually, there's another kind of trap if you can make. I'd have to make this trap room bigger though. So what we're gonna do is put a fire trap in. Cause I noticed this liquid spray thing has other options other than water. I should probably put the teleporter in here, but nah. Wanna cover them in bio-waste, petroleum, crude oil. One of these ought to be bad. Loki died. Took 100 age damage. Wait, that can happen. The cats can just spontaneously die. Oh well? Go figure the front. Well, I guess that answers the question. See, we need a shield generator at the front, obstructing all my windows. So the meteors will certainly rip through just floor. The equal of the Enterprise deflector disc. Those are the wrong corners. God, now it kinda looks like a boob. Still looks kinda like a boob. Honestly, the front of it was starting to look too much like something else, and I was like, nope, this ain't good. When in doubt, add more guns. This is supposed to look like a saucer section, but the stupid shield generators have to be on the outside, so it ruins how I wanted it to look. Oh, forgot about yet. What came out of this? Oh, wait, we're full again. Wait. I should just build more storage pods. Don't you think 12 is enough, though? Wait, why did everyone have a breakdown? Oh, they had space diarrhea or something. Okay, I have a stupid idea to use up some iron. Yum. Only the airlocks are slightly in the wrong place. So the idea here is that even vtuber cut right through the chute. They might just hit the floor tile and explode there instead. So I basically made a patio around the front. Alright, is it gonna be a bomb again? Oops, didn't see it fast enough. Capsule contained a human. Oh, cat's taking age damage. So we need to unlock quantum ship computer. Then terraform. And then we can unlock all the rest of this. Okay, no more holes in the ship. So I hope this does what I think it does. Where it should shoot fuel on a combatant and light them on fire. Maybe it won't. Yum yum, alien omelette. Yep, the ship's guns got it. Think I got enough guns yet. Oh, the cats can use the med bays. We have 41 colonists. 12 are cats. We need 2 more pet beds. What about pet dishes? We need 4 more. Blew it out of the space. You know I'm just gonna break down one of these cause I've basically left it idle all stream. Why is there a chunk of uranium here? Who left the uranium in the hallway? Pick up after yourself. Nope. What would be a neat add-on for this game would be to get Twitch integration for the crew names. So what was it? Let's see if we can get that unlocked faster. I don't know why, but I have DDR music in my head again. 2 more. Come on. A watch tot doesn't boil. Okay, what do I need still? No, most of the DDR music comes from FX tracks from EMI Records. And likewise, most of the Paradise music comes from Paradise 1 and Enta. And Beatmania also comes from Epic. And it's more likely possible to Paradise on stream, because you need the special dance controller for the game to work. It's hard to emulate type of situations. It's actually easier to emulate the arcade cabinet and then map the switches to something real. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, it should be possible to emulate the Paradise controller with the leap motion. But that's a phenomenally overkill means of doing so. Because the actual arcade game doesn't track your hand positions, only your arm positions. So if you do this, the game only sees this. That caused the machine use infrared lights to determine where your arms were. It didn't care about the hands. So if I close my fist and do this, that's not good enough for the Paradise machine. Cause there are 5 positions. And you can also flip around. So you can do it facing the audience instead of the machine. So there is a 6 sensor in the back of the pad, but only on the arcade, not the home version. Well, not really. The home port of Paradise is actually better than the first arcade version only by virtue of it being PS2 hardware. Whereas DDR 1 through 6 are all PS1 hardware. So the home versions of those games were nerfed quite a bit. Like what really kinda sucked is that Konami misunderstood what people wanted from DDR, but somehow knew exactly what they wanted from Para. So if you play the US home version of DDR, it has like very little of the licensed Japanese and Euro music, only US music. And it's like, who asked for that? We wanted DDR 3rd mix or 4th mix. Just like the arcade. Nothing left out. So the only arcade I ever saw have a real DDR USA machine was the Palladium. But by the time I moved to Vancouver, they were already scaling back the Palladium. But they had converted the DDR USA machine into 4th mix, I think. This version had been modified to work with a projection screen. And of course, now you still can't get a complete version of DDR in the US or Canada. It feels like Konami is like licensing sucks, let's just never license anything. Yeah. Palladium was replaced by CHQ and it's just mostly ticket redemption games now, and also like a quarter of the original size. Looks like the internet has memory holed it. I can tell you for fact it existed. Erased it? Oh crap. It's heading towards the fridge. Oh, the shield worked. Anyway, banished to the memory hole. Generally means stuff that has been DMC or removed because of license expiries. Like I'm sure if I went and looked up Palladium's website from 2001 or something, I can find a picture of it. It's not a super important detail. Just like the reboot ride. The reboot ride was also pretty much exclusive to Palladium. It was one of those motion feature things. Yeah. Let's see what else. So most of the stuff I like is on DDR 3rd and 4th mix. There's stuff I like on 5th and 6th, but it's mostly 3rd mix and 4th mix. And most of the stuff I like on Para is actually on Paradise Day. I actually imported the DVD. Not on the stream. I know how to emulate the arcade machine, but that's an even bigger no-no. Emulating the PS Zone and PS2 games is a gray area to begin with. Emulating the arcade machine, well, there is no legal way to do it even if you could get the blessing of Konami. You wouldn't be able to get the blessing of the music rights owners. Which is a conundrum no matter what kind of music game you want to play on stream. You could probably get away with it on YouTube if you don't actually show the gameplay. Only because then it's basically a claim against the music and not Konami. Likewise for Para Paradise. Konami doesn't actually own the music. So if you do a Para dance on YouTube to the original music, you're only going to get a claim from the music rights owner. And because Japanese musical copyright owners are kin to dingbats, they will claim any form of the song. Like Japanese rights owners go after MIDIs. They are that ridiculous. So there was this website that was basically MIDI conversions of popular music, game music, and iMusic inside. And this site let you make MML files, which Mabinogi, Urchige, and a few other games could play. And for some insane reason, the Japanese musical rights owners went after this stupid site. And it's like, what, you're afraid that people are going to play a video game instead of pay you a few pennies to listen to the song? Mabinogi, if you didn't mod the game, even purposely made it so every time you played it, it would flub some notes in the song if you didn't have a full training in it. So the people who made the sheet music in the game on the in-game player shops got wise to this and put an anti-flub line at the beginning of the music that was the same note like a dozen times, and if you tried to play it and it didn't sound like the same note being played, you aborted it and played it again. It was so incredibly stupid. The cats are attacking. I think that was all of the cats. Why is it breaking the wall? The door is right there. It's not even locked. Really? Anyways, I was saying, JASRAC pretty much is the most petty music rights owner. They fight people for playing MIDIs. Not even the original music. The RIAA music rights owners tend to ignore MIDIs, or at least I'm not aware of any actual website being taken down due to them. Only JASRAC. And even then, a lot of that was because MIDIs used to be ringtones for phones before smartphones. So they wanted you to buy these crappy 15-second versions of the MIDIs at the same price of buying the CD. CD single. Any. I have only ever bought music on iTunes since CDs pretty much went extinct. The only CDs I own are like a Much Music compilation disc and something else that was secondhand. When I was driving to work cause the car only had 8-player, I would burn it with like a mixture of DDR and Eurobeat stuff. Of course, there was no way to actually buy this, cause no, Konami and Avex Canada doesn't need music. I had to import the CDs. Or rather, I bought the DDR non-stop mega mix from an ANAM convention. I don't know what I ever did with it. Probably got lost along with the Macarena on it. Like I said, I didn't own many CDs, and that was almost entirely because I used to live in a city that had exactly one store that sold music, and it was a very tiny selection. That same city had one bookstore, and the comic section was like 1 6-foot shelf of it, that was it. 1 6-foot shelf of it. So you'd see like some Marvel, DC, and Archie, and pretty much nothing else in there. Like until the internet, you may as well have been oblivious to what other media existed. Same with buying computer games. Why did this blow up? So there were 2 computer stores in that store. That about as specific as I can get without naming anything. My advice to people again. If you don't want to pay for stuff, usually the effort required to get it for free ends up more expensive in time, and just isn't worth it. Like with those blockers. Ad blocking is pretty much the same argument as pirating satellite television. Well, you're broadcasting signals to me, whether I want it or not, so I can do whatever I want with that. Most of it is just people being petty, spiteful jerks, though. They don't want any ads at all, and they don't care if it hurts the content creators they watch or read. Is it stealing? Exactly. Number. No, because the content hasn't physically disappeared. Rather, it's more like if you borrowed a CD and had to read a 50-page booklet before you could open it. Nobody wants to do that. And that pretty much is the situation with advertisements on video. Nobody wants to watch 7 15-second ads in a row. And you can actually tell Twitch to push 22.5 minutes of ads per hour. That is not worth it at all. Yes, but Hickory, do you know how much that is worth? So I stream 140 hours a month, right? Nope, 176 apparently. Do you know how much I make from ads from 3 minutes an hour? $17. So about 10.3 cents per hour. So if I were to crank that to 22.5 minutes, that would be 78 cents per hour. Still stupid. People complain about 3 minutes. Honestly, get Twitch Turby. No ads on anyone's channel. This is not me saying don't block the ads or sub. This is me saying solutions exist. If you want to be a petty, spiteful jerk, block the ads. Otherwise, Twitch Turbo, Prime sub, or just suck it up and let the ads run. Most streamers don't care at all about the ad revenue. The ad revenue only matters when you have a CCV over 200. I did the math last time. For me to make pay rent levels of money from Twitch, from ads alone, I would need a CCV of over 4,000. That ain't ever happening. The subs are more valuable to the streamer. The ad revenue is more valuable to Twitch itself. Whoa, is this really that slow? Good grief. Nah, I don't even have that kind of aspiration. See, Vancouver is expensive. The average rent is over $2,000 per month. If I only made $17 on 176 hours, I would need 150 CCV before that even makes sense every stream. And that is just rent covering money. I would rather have friends than have to do some of the stuff some streamers do. And don't get me wrong. Do what you have to do as long as you aren't hurting anyone. If you have 100 people who are horny for your character and like to throw $100 at you every stream, that's fine. But I would feel dirty doing that. That is not a personal judgment on people doing that. That is just one of those hang-ups I can't get over. If I feel like something is gross or scammy or something, I won't do it. Like when I worked for the retail stores or the call center, I could never upsell something to someone who didn't want or ask for it. The scene in Yakuza, there's more than one instance of me doing that, but you could only see that with the 3D model. Like I was doing that with the looking at Kiryu crotch, scene with the scammer selling water. In one of the previous games. But you couldn't see that with the Levitude. I'm gonna move this power socket cause it gets blown to bits every time. Every time. That's gonna take a while. That's one tile too far. Oh, it kept a log of them. Okay, so it looks like we needed to do these 4. And now I have to up the limits on the generators again. Gee. So green and red need to go to 128. Yikes. Tech 200. There's a 375. Probably gonna fill up all the slots for them. Not worth setting this up. I could enforce it with global limits. We're out of water. Gonna try stick speed upgrade on it. Don't know what I did with the others though. Why can't those turn on automatically? Really? We must have burned through all the uranium. We still have the raw uranium. I don't think we need any more of that. Oh, we ran out of water. That's well. We are only one step into this. Out of 10. One more to go. I have to wonder. Could you finish the game using only solar panels? I think you'd need to have like half the game field be just solar. I actually don't know what to use the GPU parts for. Scratch that I know what the developer wants you to use it for. But there's no clear reason why. Heck, I don't know why they called it GPU. Just call it TPU. The G in GPU means graphics, but there's no improvement in graphics going on here. What it wants you to do is make the crypto mining stuff. That's why this message exists. Honestly, I tend to think maybe the developer is way into number crunching stuff. Cause none of this stuff needs to exist. Only if you're really into Eve style play does it matter. Cause Eve got the nickname of Spreadsheet Simulator. Are we done yet? Wasn't paying attention to the doors breaking. I've yet to get to use my trap. I wonder if the net energy use is better with the speed upgrade. After all, if you spend less time making it, it uses less energy. All the water is in the shuttle bay. Oh, okay, well, we need to sell some stuff. Okay, let's see what happens. I guess it works. Oh, well, if there's no factions, then we have to go outside the solar system. Darn, might have to call a merchant to get going. I wonder if I could just make a long row of engines. Oh, this finally got built. That's it. More advanced ship computer. Does nothing else? Really? No factions here. Whoa! Then where are these dang raiders coming from then? What? I wonder. Can we clone a crawler and just repeatedly kill it? That unethical. I don't see crawler goo in any of them. Maybe we do have to do that. Taking no chances, eh? Oh wait, I can just do this. They keep going outside to get to the other side of the ship. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. So apparently, it just check the biofuel out. Might keep looking. Sounds like the Borg. Totally worth breaking this piece of the ship all the time. Lala took it to be recycled while it was on fire. Probably gonna be nothing but sentinels here. Oh, the window is broken. Oh, wait, that's a vent. I'm getting the distinct feeling I won't be welcome here if I stick around. The black holes have nice effects, even if it's likely silly. Only let the rabbits inside. Huh. I guess this works, but it's very interruptive. Ship floor is starting to look like a hoarder place. Nuclear stuff all over the place. I should just build more storerooms, but I don't wanna. It keeps getting damaged. We can buy a dog. We're probably gonna get selling all this, aren't we? We should probably keep the rock just because it can be turned into everything else. Still no goo. Guess we gotta do it ourselves. Since when? Wait, how'd they get there? What we need is a room at more than 100 degrees so they just instantly catch fire. Meanwhile, this pod is just here waiting. Even more crawlers. And of course the ship's guns took care of them. The Soylent Machine. Are we just overdue for attacks hacks after attacks or something? Come on, we're not under combat anymore. We should have enough for Eva. Well, I don't think this is doing anything. Popcorn twists. Basically, it looks like styrofoam. Yeah. Uranium is like the only thing worth buying and selling. Everything else is worth pennies on the dollar. We probably should have looked for lead. Please, TTS, use the American version. Lead is in lead. Could be worse. Since TTS can't say Haruka. Or more like a Sarkand. Mine doesn't seem to have too much trouble with names. Tenshi. Though it kinda doesn't pronounce mine the way I do. Like how you would pronounce it in Japanese. Should have just done that soon. We don't need to unlock this right now. We probably lose the upgrades every time they explode though. It's probably the moon that has the uranium. That works real well, haha. The game needs to work on its automatic connection logic, cause it tends to make a lot of redundant connections that don't make sense. Like this. Honestly, I don't know what to set this to. The crawler juicer. Nothing I actually need weight lead. After this egg hatches, I'll probably go to bed. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going until I fall asleep. Also, how are these eggs getting on the ship game? I am apparently the only person streaming this. If that the case, please clip funny parts of the game. Everyone played Lethal Company, which is fine. Twitch is only showing me people of like 2000 CCP come on Twitch. Nothing's jumping out at me. Another cat. Now get out off there. So I don't always bring up every random topic in my head. Sometimes I just think of something in the shower, or I see something when I'm outside, and it just rattles around. Huh? Did the developer watch my stream or something? This was literally something Kinda complained about. Construction tasks for devices attached in space will require presence of constructed adjacent structure. I'll see. Losing a shuttle mid-expedition would still show a message about the shuttle returning. Let's see if actually changed. Doesn't look like it. The materials are being delivered at random. Nope. Guess not. What I would prefer here is that when you build, that it always picks the tile closest to the ship first. Honestly, this game doesn't do a whole lot of things I'd consider wrong. Most of the stuff that I find problemish are things that are time-based, or information overload. Like, remember when I first started it and saw the 80-page tutorial and went, nope. This is not a slam against the developer. This is literally, you don't do that. Nobody will retain information that way. So I've played a lot of games. Games made before 1990 often put a lot of information in the manual that few people read. Like there is a game I played called First Encounters, which is part of the Elite series. And I was having a lot of trouble getting started in that game. Like more than this game. And it came with like a 1/4-inch thick manual. And also a novel. Like an actual novel. The novel, I suppose, was to give you an idea of the lore of the game. 2 other games did this. Ringworld. And Outpost 2. Outpost 2, I actually read the novel. But to be kinda specific, I read all the novels a chapters in. But I felt the way the novels were presented kinda made you wonder why. 'Cause all 3 were sci-fi. Now for Outpost 2, it sets the background story. So in Outpost 1, basically Earth is destroyed by an asteroid or comet or something. The first, 10 minutes of the game you configure the starship. Once you leave the solar system, Earth is destroyed. This game was made back when the films Deep Impact and Armageddon had not yet been made, but the news about. Shoemaker Levy 9, I think, was published. Shoemaker Levy 9 collided with Jupiter in 1994 after being discovered in 1993. Outpost was released in 1994, so you can just see the inspiration for that game. Now pretty much every game that has a colony starship theme to it, like this, has that event as the initial inspiration for it. 'Cause that's the first time we, as people on Earth, got to see a comet impact a planet. You know what really interesting? So space travel has mostly been fiction. Star Wars and Star Trek, and to a lesser amount, Lost in Space, are pretty much the only fleshed out stories we have about space, and they all exist in a kind of vacuum independent of each other. Or as one YouTuber put it, science fantasy. Star Wars is basically space wizards. Very little of the Star Wars lore or background actually cares about the technology. Basically, there are some fantastic, large space and land craft, but mostly nobody sits there and describes how warp travel works. Whereas Star Trek, you'll have entire episodes which are pure fictional concepts, but there is logic behind those concepts. Nobody handwaves magic. Lost in Space, by which I'm referring only to the Netflix version. I know it's based on a television show as old as Star Trek, the original series, but the Netflix Lost in Space kinda tries a lot harder to be science fiction over science fantasy. Though people like the sexy robot, the core premise of Lost in Space, Netflix, a colony ship. And unlike the television or film before it, it's not about a single family. So the Jupiter 2 in Lost in Space is actually a colony lander type of spacecraft. So it's not that big. And then the mothership is what takes the main characters to the target planets. But there is a subplot that involves the robot. And the rot and some nanomachines that try to grey goo the mothership at some point. I think the A has lost the location of the NMM. This one bot just keeps poking it. Well, it has to run out of battery sometime. Running out of places to stick things. This is unethical. Cat. Honestly, the amount of times encountering an asteroid or meteor seems way too darn high. I could understand the smaller spacecraft. I kinda wish when you clicked on heat, the map would show heat generators. You're kinda left to look at the map and go, oh, the space is warm. We're still gonna need like 200 quantum. Plus, if we want, uncap the robots. I guess we can't explore any deeper. I like when the ship guns take out the breach capsules. Slow pooper is a trade. Looks like there are 2 nudist colonists, not including the cats. I wonder if I can just stack the speed upgrade so I only need 1 doing flower. I don't see it. Not bad. Only 1 piece of the ship got hit. Okay then. Do something with the materials, I guess. Still finding glass floors under walls. Interesting, looks like if you move the shield generator, it discharges. I put 3 of the clips from this game to featured so it appears in search. I wish the research tree had a focus option. Like click focus on something, and it will set the global wanted to reveal you to what is selected. Cause if you didn't notice, it was sitting at 50 this entire time. Bomb or resources this time. Meet aliens. I keep trying to do it was aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. I have my alien juicer right here. It's okay. Yum yum, freshly pressed alien spider juice. Into the juicer. Anyway. Too bad none of these upgrades for the robots are like stronger armor. Oh, I don't think you could ever get me to play Phasma. Like just on the basis of how easily I get jump scared. I think Lethal Company has less intentional spooks, and it's more like exploring a dungeon in Zelda, where you just run into stuff that spooks you rather than the game actively trying to make you pee your pants. Oh, my Roomba got gun. Nah, I think we're gonna see a genericization of Roomba. Just like Google and Photoshop as a verb. Like these silly companies are supposed to protect their trademarks, but they can't control people's behavior. You know what company is kinda obsessed with its own trademarks to its own detriment. Children's Television Workshop, the Sesame Street Company. Basically, if you use any characters from them in anything, you will get a cease and desist from them. They're actually worse than Disney and Warner in that aspect. And I don't fault them. It's very important to protect the trademarks and copyrights of children's entertainment because people like to make Rule 34 stuff. Like, did you know if you make Rule 34 stuff of like Pokemon, Nintendo will come after you? Sites that participate in that stuff are basically given AT&D to not use the Pokemon names. Cause the problem isn't that you made the artwork or fanfic or whatever, the problem is people search for Pokemon on Google and find the Rule 34 stuff, and then those people go Karen on Nintendo rather than, be a proper parent and babysit their kids' use of the internet. So here's a topic we can chat about. So before my time, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were selling blue boxes. Blue boxes basically faked the tones used for long distance, which would never have been a thing if AT&T was not broken up in the first place. But beside the point. Blue boxes in the 1970s was like satellite piracy in the 1990s. And between these two times was the era of the BBS. This is why I think Giga is probably my age. Cause she knows just as much about these topics as I do. So the era of the BBS was mostly driven by piracy. But around 1990 or so, the modems became fast enough and usable enough that you could do more than just teletype on them. So BBS meets Blue Box, and suddenly people were having fun talking to people on the other side of the country, or even in other countries. This is what social media was in 1990. And one aspect of the BBS was the doors. Doors are basically the equivalent of like PHP or Perl on a website. So you would go to the doors section on a BBS to play text mode games. One game I liked to play was called Trade Wars, and another was called Legend of the Red Dragon. Lord for short. So these games are respectively a Ciphers-based trader and a Tolkien-inspired RPG. These are the only two games that were ever popular on BBS that I called. And I did this as a child, mind ye. So BBS pretty much went extinct around the time Google became useful. Cause Usenet replaced the forums and Google replaced pretty much everything. Why spend hours looking through the file listings on a BBS when you could go to Google and find a website that had it, and you didn't need to pay $20 to access? Most BBS were not for it. They were privately owned, and that's why piracy thrived. The BBS I called didn't deal with pirated media. Heck, the one BBS I called was the Sierra Online BBS. That's how I got hints for Sierra games at the time, before GameFAQs was a thing. Did the gun hit it? Nah, couldn't hire. Okay, that one took out a battery. Let's go find water again. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh, right. BBS doors. So BBS doors were mostly used for games. So the games looked primitive by today's standard. But there was one game that stuck out too. And I don't remember the name offhand, but it was basically Fallout before Fallout's predecessor, Wastelander, existed. It was of course text, but it was a text mode RPG with an overworld. And you could edit the overworld. Most BBS doors openly embraced modding. Another game I wanted to get into, but couldn't because of a lack of players locally, was called VJ Planets. It was basically a play-by-email game. So you would download your turn, do all the stuff you wanted to do in it, fight other factions, aliens, then upload your turn back to the BBS or by email. And the person hosting it would then run the host program, and it would simultaneously process everyone's turn. This game was in a way a lot like Starflight, but slower. But it let you build spacecraft, and I loved that. So much that I just played it solo with nothing but computer players. And I think that would be an interesting way to create a community game that 1,000 of players could actually play. It would require a lot of foresight in how the game works though. It's not like an MMO where some company wants to squeeze as much money out of it as possible. Rather, let's say it was fully Twitch integrated. You don't need everyone to download the client. They can just play their turns in the web browser. And then whoever is hosting the game can just stream their play of the turn before they run the host program. And you can't even cheat by stream sniping the host. Well, I suppose you could in a way. since you could find out the locations of the host spacecraft and get a raiding group ready in front of them. We're probably gonna get attacked a lot here at Pirate Air, so let's say you could do a Twitch integration. Every viewer can play, they don't need to commit to playing. And if their ship gets blown up, well, technically the winning conditions for VGA Planets was Conquest. But I mean like a newer game that is based around teaming on. So if I were to design such a game, I'd make it so that the game has an accelerated start. Anyone in chat could go join, and it would make a ship for them. And just being the game would make a planet. So the more you show up to stream, the more you can help the streamer. And if you want to get into points and bits, well, pay to win always sucks. I'd probably make it so that you would need 1,000 chat points to make a new ship. Or you could pay 100 bits and get a new ship, but pick the color. Something that doesn't affect the gameplay that much. And then you'd go to your web browser when the host is streaming the game and say where you want your ship to go, what you want to do on your planet. Do you want to evolve your planet so you can build new ships, or do you just want to be a trade outpost? Like if Starfield was an MMO, I think that's what a lot of people would do with it. Build ships, spaceports, and trade outposts on planets. And if someone gets timed out, their ship gets put in stasis. And if someone gets banned, their ship gets derelicted. So if they were accidentally banned, the streamer could unban them and just pick up where they left off. But if they were banned permanently, their ship gets left as abandoned in the game, and you could raid it or scrap it. Where did the stasis pod land? Oh, there it is. This is probably gonna be another case of they explode into spiders in a few days. I wish you could tag these characters. Yep, they're gonna explode into spiders. Would it be unethical of me to lock them in the spider juicy room? It won't let me. No. Guess there was only one. I'm literally making a prison cell, aren't I? They need a table and chair. Well, the room just ain't big enough for it. Gotta build another room for it then. How am I gonna fit a table in here? What I should do is just copy this room to another part of the shed. I wonder if they need a chair. I do kinda want to get spaghetti. There's an offer for free flatbread, but I'd have to add like $14 more to the order. That 'cause it was too late, Hicker. The pizza places closes in an hour. Problem is a lot of stuff like this only keeps for one day. So ordering too much is just gonna get wasted. I wound up just adding like 6 cans of pop. Hang on, how much is this overpriced? $15 for 5 cans of pop? No, wait, that's 7. When I buy the Italian soda in a 6-pack, it's usually $8. Slightly overpriced, I guess. Know what? Who cares? Okay, ordered. Let's hope they actually deliver it there. It's always kinda touchy when it gets near closing. 31 minutes. I don't think there's anything I can do with the ugly surroundings. Oh, it's literally cold, Soho. Okay, why? Why did they eat raw food? Oh, they're probably just hungry a lot. Oh, they ran out of flour. Well, patiently waiting for my spaghetti. There. See? There. See? I knew it. Okay. So the lid popped off the spaghetti, so the bottom of the bag was so keyed. Flatbread is a little overcooked. Huh. 5. Albert. Dang it, how did you get in there? Rabbits keep getting stuck in there. Whoa? Right. Hee hee. Okay. But what did it have? Right. This time let's just build a wall and then upgrade it. For a second there, I was like, nope, it's gonna be in the wake of the other engine. Greg doing the ship. Oh, I almost didn't see that. Let's move this over one tie. Smart, huh? Eh? Nothing? Let's add more rabbits. That name kinda sounds Korean. Forgot it was sealed off. Oh, this can't be good. Warning. Where are you hearing that ASR? If you ever wonder why I don't believe in ghosts, that's all. This was too much for one person. Big Brain Academy fell in the garbage low. Don't forget to wash your hands after you have to dig through the garbage. Ever go take a break and not feel much better afterwards? I think my body is going, you need more carrots and cucumbers. 'Cause I definitely feel like I ate 2 people's worth of food right now. Oh, the engines aren't all covered. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, I kinda want to make a proper brew. The bridge in Star Trek is actually not the front of the ship. It's the center of the saucer section. Why all the way over here? Oh, it's full. Gotta deposit those logs somewhere, I guess. Between the phone sliding down and the chair sliding down, it's kind of a juggling act. Again. Okay. So we're gonna try terraforming again. But we probably gotta do some FTM. If you're wondering what I'm kinda dancing to, metal versions of Phantom of the Opera. There is one cover of Phantom of the Opera, which is used for the opening of a Netflix show. There is this cover that is used for the first episode of the Umbrella Academy. Pretty much Phantom of the Opera in about 6.5 minutes. You tend not to get attacked while in motion, funny enough. Oh, we're exceeding our power limit. We're as far as we can get. We should have gone here in the first place yesterday. 'Cause the place we started at was this one. Dang, can we build more engines while at warp? Yeah, I think this is actually a problem. I guess the engine wake is wide. Seriously, game. Can you just build the ship not at random? For a second there, I thought I deleted it. You can only listen to the same soundtrack so many times before it starts putting you to sleep. It should be obvious what I'm doing. I'm rearranging this wing so that the engines are flat against the back so the wake is the same shade. Oh crap. Let's move the engines first, otherwise the robots are gonna get burned. Yeah. Okay. So we now have new wing. So now we just need to enclose some of this so the shields cover them. Oh, I guess we can just move this then. Damn it, don't take the floor. He fell asleep outside. Okay. We had actually lost half the engines for a bit there. We're probably gonna rearrange this wall setup in a bit after I cement the other side. Huh. That can't be right. Should be before tiles from the inside. Oh, hey. I counted from the wrong side. That probably gonna backfire. Dang it. Forgot why it was pause. Rumo's flying rabbit. Almost got away with it. Oh. Lol, rabbit trap. See, I like the keep right caution lines. Funny the planet already has plant fiber. Oh, everyone's mad 'cause I left the siren on so long. I'd like to share what I'm listening to, but the recording industry thinks they should make a few pennies any time you hear music they have the rights to. From every listener. Look, the recording industry is, if anything, forever shooting themselves in the foot because they want a few pennies, instead of just letting small creators use their music once in a while. Like if I were to put the that I'm listening to into the stream, it would make the VOD hard to edit, that's why. Wouldn't do it in the first place. But even if I did, I'm not a radio station, and there is no way to be a radio station in the context of Twit. You know Faffy? Well, her channel was always that, basically being a DJ of a Twitch radio station before Twitch turned the screws down, and basically make it impossible for Fef to do that. Like, I'm not saying the music rights owners aren't in the right, they're just kinda shitty companies. There is an explicit carve-out in music copyright, where the piano roll, and the recording itself, and the synchronization rights, and the performance rights are all separate things. The egg hatched another cat. And this cat isn't mind control proof. Oh, the kitty. Anyway, if that carve-out didn't exist, every song would be a complete performance, and you would never be able to cover one. So it's that carve-out why anyone can make a cover of any song in the United States, and the original writer of the piano roll can't say shit about it. That said, the lyrics aren't. That's why Weird Al can do parody covers no problem. He asked permission. But he can pretty much just pay the cost to the cover licensing company and doesn't need to ask anyone else. Whereas if you wanted to do a music video, even just dancing to one like I did, the correct thing to do is license the music, lyrics, and performance rights. And if there is actually a dance choreography, that too. That YD Deer and Paradise are pretty much a pain in the ass to license. Now Hickory, I included the licensing details in the YouTube. Basically, if you post stuff on YouTube, YouTube pseudo licenses you to use music. Same with TikTok. Cause it's impossible to ever do this licensing. Like I wouldn't even know where to begin to license something in Japanese. And I wouldn't touch Western music to do that. Cause when it comes to the difference between Japanese and Western attitudes towards copyright, Japanese has moral rights, Canada has moral rights, the United States does not have moral rights. Moral rights is the right to prevent your work from being defaced. So remember when I said there was like 5 different licensing schemes for music? If you only released that music as a music video, it can only ever be played as a music video. You can't extract the music and play it alone. And you can't do a cover or a parody of it. See how 2 different sets of copyright laws run headfirst into each other? So as a Canadian, if you were to borrow a Japanese work to do something as long as you aren't vandalizing it, which is a very vague concept, you can probably use something a certain way. If something was only ever a video game, for example, you could not extract the music and play it separately unless the copyright creator actually released it as such. I'm sure a few years from now someone will read this VOD and go, I don't understand any of this, you must be wrong. Anyway, copyright is a maze that is as opaque as mud. So many people just do it easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Cause unless something really pops off, the copyright holder only benefits from the exposure at some point even, if they don't get paid for it. Like, let me explain that. So about half the games I've bought in the last 3 years are because Iron Mouse Haruka or Girl DM has played it. Haruka and Girl DM have both played the Yakuza games, and Iron Mouse, I believe, has done the Bakamite cover a few times on karaoke. So had I never seen her or Girl DM play it, I probably would still be wondering what Bakamite is from. And Twee has also streamed Yakuza 2. Likewise Among Us and Cult of the Lamb I likely would have not bought if it wasn't for Iron Mouse, Haruka, or Girl DM playing it. Now ask yourself, has there been any music I bought because I heard it on a streamer's stream? The answer to that is number because the recording industry won't let them do that. So like I said, giving up dollars to fight pennies. I buy games because I see them being fun. I would have never bought Lethal Company until I saw Iron Mouse and Hinya play it. I also bought Big Brain Academy because I saw Mouse and Haruka play it. So that 5 or so games I can directly attribute to Iron Mouse and Haruka. And Yakuza series a cheap purchase either. Not like 7 or so games. The Final Fantasy games I bought well before streaming anything. So nobody gets credit for that. Let's see, what else did I buy because I saw someone play it. Oh, this game. This game, Timberborn, and I Am Future, I bought because I saw a real civil engineer on YouTube play them. Also, I'm kinda sure I saw A Candy play this, but I don't remember. Teardown I bought cause I saw A Candy play it. And a few tubers recently have been playing it. I haven't played it on stream yet, but it's my most popular video on the other YouTube. I want to do it sometime, but I don't know when. That pod almost got lost. They died. They died 3 days ago. Mitsuko. Now back to my point about listening to commercial music on streamers' channels. I used Shazam on streamers' channels before Twitch cracked down. And I did add a few tracks from that, but not many. Few people share my taste in music. I like fast bops, usually electronic or dance stuff. Like the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack for the game by Anna Managuchi, I like listening to that one on the SkyTrain. Right now, I'm listening to the Smile DK tracks from DDR3. Looks like Spotify has jumped off the playlist and is putting random Eurobeat stuff in now. Initial D got that tracks. So that song, I made the music video for it. That's the same author who made the Nine Cat song. Here's the thing. If you kinda want to get away with streaming stuff, Vocaloid stuff that are not covers of another song, are usually more than happy to have people listen to it. I'm not saying go steal Vocaloid music, but generally Japanese Vocaloid stuff is pretty much exclusive to Japan, and anyone in the West playing it plays likely flies so under the radar that the original artist wouldn't even notice unless you were like using the music as your theme song or something. Like that's pretty much why Nyan Cat popped off. Oh, we've kinda overloaded it. Nope, I leave everything open. I don't know. Why? Nyan for hours was the thing I was listening to. It did? Now I'm on the pop playlist. Nope. Well, cause Spotify broke it and won't let anyone fix it. It would probably be more fun if I just put the title of whatever is playing on screen. The problem is Spotify ads will reveal too much local information. Wait, this track isn't on this playlist. It's on the Anime playlist. Let's switch to the whatever list. Guess we can just make more for now since we won't need the atmosphere one again until we move to another planet. Wait, I wonder if I can just Shazam Spotify. I don't remember my passwords to things. Why does the web browser audio sound worse? Wrong Shazam. Might be able to trick the browser version there. I'll wait for the next ad to see what it puts in the title bar of the browser. We're basically just waiting for the research for the other parts of the terraforming. Hello, DevSpages. Wait, that name sounds familiar. Oh, it's the developer of this game. Thank you for the raid, DevSpages. Hello, Tassidi. Welcome, people. So this is what the ship looks like right now. So all the storage is in the front. 88 solar panels. 6 nuclear reactors. Also 6 of these just burning the biofuel for no reason. This is shuttle number 3. I lost the first one to an explosion. And I lost the second bonito. I have no ID. This is basically 120 hours worth of work, of which only the last 40 or so has been streamed. And last I checked, I have 12 cats. 13 cats. I had an idea earlier, what if I just have nothing but cats? I couldn't find any way to get crawler goo from merchants, so I made this egg prison. And any time a colonist appeared that was detected as alien life, I dropped them in here and waited for them to explode. Have 771 colonists in the freezer still. I have most of the tech tree unlocked. I should just set all the data generators to the same one since I think I have enough to finish the tech tree. At least not the robot limits. Didn't have enough spares. Almost out of space, I think. Still eating my pita bread. The meteors can wreck the ship pretty quick. Oh, they did get the ship here. Dang it, where was this A? Oh, there, outside. Listen. The game loves making things explode. Figured these might be a liability at some point. Let's get 15 cats. Do I need more cleaning bots? Well, we're gonna run out of water again, too. Alright then. Let's see if there is water on this planet. Oh, we could just build another one of these. All of these I seem to recall salvaging. The ability to build it is so late in the tech tree, I forgot I can build it. 2 more cats. Let the copycats out. The way the robots pet the cat is funny. And water hopefully at that last one. Ooh, better turn off the dark matter one. Here, Hickory. This song is about a coppa pasta. I like the stuff this band does. Okay, one more terraformer needed. Oh. This is where the first one was. I turned it on and then didn't set it to anything. Wanna see my favorite trick? Notice this. Welp, guess they didn't make it. So this target pad is right in the line of sight of the gun. So anytime enemies get tractored here, they get blown up as soon as they pop out. Also, it takes out the target pad every time. So I have to reset it every time too. Oh, we lost a battery from a breach pod at some point. Well, there was a cooling pad under there. I must have built that a long time ago. Let's remove that first. Why are we being maxed out? About time I replaced those anyway. Those medium batteries are from like 30 hours in the game. Oh wait, no, not that side. I was supposed to remove this wall. Look, more window floors. Nope, those were stock bits of the ship. This is what the ship looked like. Or rather, I should say, this is what the ship wound up looking like after I built it out. So those windows were underneath like every single original part of the ship. Okay, so my thing is I like functional parts of the ship to be symmetrical. Really? Let's see if this one makes it. Okay, two made it. Oh, what the heck? The shield generator got damaged. Well, all this breach is gonna be right in the firing line. Everyone has a gun. The Roomba's gonna fight this gate. Did it even breach? Maybe it was on fire and just poofed itself. Okay, where were we on playlist? This long planned. Cat toilet. Alright. Finally finished the pita bread that I ordered like 6 hours ago. No, I had to most of the spaghetti in the fridge cause it was too much to eat. It was literally 2 or 3 persons worth. Just realized I finished my drink. Okay. 15 MW of capacity. I guess we must actually be using it the full. Okay, that should keep the breads going. Don't know about the soy burgers though. We might need more power. Actually, let's not cause these generators can set the engines on fire. Before it sets everyone on fire. The refinery isn't a heat generator. Well, I guess I need to open another can of something. Okay, now I can turn that one off. Okay then. The cats have misplaced their toilet. Stick this one over here for the cats to use, Harry. Kindle burning through the plant matter pretty quick. Bork. Bork bork. Uh-oh, might be a spider alien exploder. Yep, they gonna explode into spiders. Yep. Did they just toilet in the plants too? Maybe I should build more toilets. Where did they get? Still haven't found a hat. Time to lock them in the quarantine. Really? They ate all that already. What do we need still? Still need 128 of the red one. Pork still had. Oh, I guess it just burns through its slaw. 99% damaged. I'm not even sure why these glass floors exist here. I'm pretty sure I had to rebuild everything on the side of the ship. Really? That's the first time I've run out of glass in like 90 hours. There's not supposed to be glass floors, they are weak. I don't know how many days until they explode into spiders, but it's not super long. We could like get 3,000 plant fiber and we'd be set for a long time. The heck? Oh, so all the nuclear plants are online. Yeah. Taking a while to get there. This song is about the Tattletale game, and I couldn't play it. It jump scared the heck out of me. There is this one trend of games that I want to call. This was intended to be streamed. Tattletale, Amanda the Adventurer Duck Season next year. These are games that I think are intended to scare the streamer, and if you play it on Twitch, the Twitch chat can spook the crap out of the streamer. Like I've seen Iron Mouse play the first 2, and I've seen Con play 2, and I've seen Girl DM play the Amanda 1. I don't like being spooked. Well, Bork died. They died 21 days after appearing out of an egg. Funny how no cat ever explodes into spiders though. There's 18 in there. No, stop going in there. Oh, I probably should have let the robots charge. Oh well. Maybe we'll find the egg next time. What I realized. The Sino detector is a perfect circle of the size I'd want for a saucer section. I could use it as a stencil. Looks like I'll need 2 more. The cats dance. That should be good. 15 megawatts of generation capacity. Oh, so now we got the ocean generator. Oh, is this gonna be a bomb? Oh man. Enema. Oh, the ship's guns are gonna hit it. Soylent factory time. We don't have enough glass. 68% terraforming this planet. Let's optimize our research then. Nothing needs more than 128 right now. We should be okay for a while then. I don't know if I could build enough solar panels. The problem with the solar panels is that each one uses a connection, so you quickly get overwhelmed. And what I really should do is build towards the stern. Or aft. Cause the front of the ship is over here. Though I could just push the ship back toe. It just then doesn't align anymore with the pattern, and I haven't exactly figured out how to draw on the plan here. No, I don't know how to edit this. You know what they do with real-world ships. They stretch them by cutting them down the middle, lengthwise. The original Queen Bee seafarers were stretched in both directions. Yeah. Except they can make them wider too. They can also add decks. So you can get quite a bit of mileage out of one ship, unlike an aircraft. Spacecraft, aircraft, and submarines have metal fatigue. Oh, I forgot to turn the guns back on, didn't I? I should probably move this out of the way first. Not too late, I guess, cause if move them now, they're just gonna get hit. This is probably gonna get blown up. This is where I think building a bomb on purpose to blow up this part of this would be entertaining. 3 down. We're doing okay, I think. Okay, now Rabbit's died. Now let's remember to turn the guns back on. Alright. So I wonder how long it will take to terraform the planet. Cause honestly, it hasn't really been that long. It's been about the same time as it took to research the pieces. Let's see if we can just spyglass. Thinking about it. If you can have 16 computer cores, I suppose you could just build a computer core and then connect a pile of solar panels. We need to stretch the ship toward the aft, I think. The problem is the engine wick. Cause if I make it go further back, I can't make anything go inside the engine way. So really I need to split the ship down the middle here. But that's too much of a pain. Might be worth just pushing all the engines outwards then. Crab rag. Okay, let's see. What? That prevented the merchant from coming. That sucks. No, wait, he's right there. Doesn't even have any glass? They like that. Okay, so what if we cut the ship in half here? And then push this part back? This is just so silly. I'm probably gonna regret doing it this way. You need everyone to evacuate the rear of the ship. Really, I only had one vent. Okay. Hard part. Have to make sure we're clear. Cause once the ship comes in contact, it will fuse again, and I'll have to cut it again. It's moving the wrong part of the ship, I think. Or maybe it's flipped around. Or maybe the tractor beam. I think the game misunderstands what part it's attached to. Yep, that was it. How far should I move it? Now for the fun part. This is basically the reverse of what I did in the beginning of the game. Darn, how many copies of Gravity Falls theme do I have? Oh wait, that was the power outlet. How long have you guys been there, geez? How's? The robot is chasing him around. I don't know why it picks random locations to build. I don't even know the lyrics to this one. Like one of the first meme videos. My A, he dragged SD. Yeah. Cause it was catchy. Fortunately, we didn't get hit by meteors or raiders while doing this. That's what I was worried about. We aren't going anywhere until this part is built. Weird Midian version of Gravity Falls theme. Michelle. Oh, so close. Hopefully it comes from the front, cause otherwise it's gonna break everything. Can't even move the ship. Well, some of the thrusters are on the front. Oh crap. Well, fortunately nothing was in that part of the ship. And at least the shuttle survived. Oh right, this room was pretty much heated by vent from the other room. There were no oxygen generators in this part of the ship, except in the bottom. Oh, I must have completely not noticed. These tiny rooms probably shouldn't exist, but we'll get to them. Now where to put the shield generator. Oh, we forgot to turn that off. We're gonna need more guns. What is with this pattern? Did the game not update the firing pattern? Looks correct now. I never really noticed how much detail the leap motion captures when I eat or drink. Okay, shields all around. We should be fine now if the meteors come at us. Almost done terraforming this planet, I guess. Now what I wanted to do with this section was make cabins or quarters. But thinking about it, maybe I should just put the cargo here. 'Cause this semi-saucer section over here is basically just one living quarters with 16 beds in it and some cat beds. Maybe the rear can be the cat section. The cats don't need tables. Or toilets. Just a plant. Anyway, if I'm gonna go do that, better go find another derelict ship to strip materials from. This inadvertently looks kinda like hat, arm, wing, leg, wing shoes. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. The ship started out looking like this. I should be able to unlock this. Next. I think Spotify switched to the and I'm opening playlist. Nope, no wait, it's still the Eurobeat list, which is like half initial death. You only want that auto feature if you're driving cause you don't want to be fiddling with it. Almost there. These doors that keep wearing out must be choke points. The heck. And then. Now the front and the back are split. There we go. We need more guns. I'm kinda afraid to stick any guns in here cause it will certainly hit the ship. Ugh, it would need to be here. Guess I might next be moving the wings of the ship out further or something. Nope, that's right up against the edge. It's facting the wrong direction. Remember how I said hallways waste space? See how much space is wasted here. I trapped 2 bots in the hole. Done terraforming. Oh no, my rabbits and a few cats. I guess this is a win. Now we just gotta clone some more. Sassy Cat stayed with the ship. Bob Lucy Cat stayed with the ship. Well, time to clone more cats and move on to the next world, huh? So about 120 hours it took to get here. So for me that means it would have been like 10 streams. I suppose what we can do is play it again sometime later. It is moddable. I'd like to see a mod or an official feature to integrate the Twitch chat names. Cause that would make it have the same kind of appeal called the Lamb had. And I could also just manually name the colonists, but that takes a lot more extra time. Plus, people might upset if their cat, dog, or human died. Though in Cult of the Lamb, that was kinda expected. It's always interesting to see Kickstarter backers in credit lists. Cause a lot of names tend to be like their social media names. But anyone watching the game on stream is just looking for their own name, so they'd probably fast forward if they could. So the stasis array is gone now. Still have 14 of the rabbits. 2 cats. And 8 human. I'd better get to cloning then. How about 40 cats next time? Alright, so I guess technically this is like primary goal completed. Doesn't mean we need to stop. I want to keep going a little bit longer because I want to if I can clone 40 cats. I missized it. Forgot to include the width of the wall. There the cats get this part of the ship to themselves. Well, I guess they need toilets. Right under the van. Time to test the shields then. Seriously. Just took out a quarter of the survivors. You know what that means. See, had the stasis array still been there, that would have nuked it. That the first time the shield didn't work. Space Linus is the oldest, first Robert. I forget what the first flying one was. Plastic Gold was like the second one, I think. Can't build the shield inside. Would need to build a room and then remove one tile of the floor. Oh, we have another time bomb human. I guess we have 20 days to find them. Probably them. Yep, it's them. Really? They aimed for the nuclear stuff. Well, that takes care of one. We need 2 more of the tank tread construction robots so we can send 4 to mine. Leo and Milan. Oh, we left the tractor beams off that wall. Oh geez, they only lasted 8 days. Looks like only one did. Let's find a ship to scrap. Oh look, FTL engines. Just stick them there for now. Not very much heat. That makes no sense. Grey goo the rest. Oh, I don't have like 16 robots to do it with though now. I took the bed out. I took all the steel and wood beds out. We have 10 cats already. We have only 1 Roomba. Well then. Not my engines. Probably lost our upgrades. Yep, lost the upgrades on that one. I guess since there are less humans, I don't need to keep making some of the food to Roombas with guns. This wastes so much space, it's so bad. Still, I wanted the option to put well in and waste even more space. If I move all the thrusters, I could actually build more solar arrays. I should end the stream now. People are gonna want work done. So we've basically finished the scenario of that game. We can play it again from the beginning on stream next time. I actually put like 3 days into it before streaming it, just cause the beginning of it is a bit of it. Just cause the beginning of it is a bit of a panic to get anyway. That cutscene tries to cloud sing,